Okay, I'll go there with you. Harry, can you explain to me what unconscious bias is?
I'll give you an example.
Please.
There was one weekend at Buckingham Palace. We all went to sleep in our various chambers. My father, my brother, his wife. But at one point, Em and I, we walked in to William's room. I walked in first, and the moment Em walked in, I saw my brother, and he went like this. And that's a perfect example of unconscious bias.
Wait, you literally mean unconscious bias, like, because he's sleeping?
Yeah. Well, clearly they were both dreaming about how much they hate Meghan. Martin Luther King had a dream, but clearly my brother did as well.
Yeah.
Signs with them going through all these countries saying privacy, privacy, and everybody just the disdain for them. They've jumped the shark. Garrity, I saw you laughing during the bit. You tell me, is it over for them in terms of their hopes for being the next Barack and Michelle Obama, or political leaders or influencers here in the United States?
Because they desperately want attention, that even if you denounce them, you're giving them the attention that they want. So much like that talk about nuclear war, the only way to win is not to play. So I try not to think about it much as possible. I am pleased to see that more and more of the public, not just here, but apparently around the world, is coming around to my position.
I feel this is a pronouncement, MBD, that they have jumped the shark. They are not beloved, and her hopes of running for president, reported hopes, are all but dashed. That's not happening. When South Park turns on you, there's no recovering.
Right. There was a moment where it seemed like Harry and Meghan were going to become the latest thing that Americans polarize over, where all conservatives are critical of them, and so all liberals have to embrace them. But now it's like they're just so cringeworthy and so unsympathetic in a fundamental way that they're of no use to anyone but their overpaid publicists, right? I mean, and the kind of grifters trying to sell, kitsch attached to their names. The whole result of their giant publicity campaign has been to raise the popularity of Prince William and Kate in the United Kingdom, right? I mean, they may do some tiny bit of damage to Charles, but I think even his popularity has gone up in the United Kingdom as his coronation is coming up soon, because people feel bad for him, right? That this child and his monster wife get to say whatever they like about the royal family, and the royal family has all sorts of restrictions, formal and informal, about how much they can fire back and defend themselves. And by being quiet, they are subtly winning the game.
Okay, has anybody seen this yet? So Meghan and Harry are due to go to the Met Gala for the first time this year. I am curious to see what Meghan's going to wear, because she wears such ill-fitting clothing all the time when she doesn't have somebody to dress her. I'm sure that there'll be a designer out there that will give her a dress to wear. I don't know what the theme for the Met Gala is this year. Does anybody know what the theme is? I actually don't watch the Met Gala. I think it's a ridiculous event. I don't get it. It's the most pompous, ridiculous, look at us, we're ridiculous human being thing ever. But they're going.
Lady C gives an update about the Getty family and Meghan.
News from a certain very eminent personage who has been in touch with me, expressing concerns that I need to be very careful how I put this, that a certain very rich family called the Gettys have a little bit of, well, let's cut to the chase, that certain members of the family have concerns about the fact that a very resourceful and determined woman, intent upon scoring financial success and feathering her nest, could, and wait for it to be, this is truly unbelievable. There are evidently concerns at the possibility that a very determined woman could harvest the fluids of a certain very rich man, which would, and it doesn't need to involve a marriage, to assure a meal ticket for life and certainly beyond his life, because evidently he is very amenable to doe eyes, and is, I think that girls feel that love, which may be spelled with an L and UST, is in the air. Lust for money, I'm sure. But that this family's concern is that a very determined woman could do eyes and somehow maybe get a sword unsheathed, even though the casing might be pretty rusty. The concern is that a man doesn't need to be complicit. He doesn't need to be willing to have his masculine fluids used in perpetuity because of the resourcefulness of a clever woman. Marriage doesn't need to be involved. Certainly, the female in question doesn't need to resort to moon bumps. She can simply go down the straight surrogate route. And as long as it is his biological child, Geronimo, money, 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 it's a rich man's world. Rich woman stew. Rich woman stew, especially if she started out having little and nothing, but came from a background of resourcefulness, high earning capacity, relatively speaking, from her father, and very good schooling. Not, of course, that I'm accusing anybody of doing anything. I am simply saying what I have been told by this tremendously eminent personage with very close links to San Francisco and the Getty family has been telling me about. Oh dear, you couldn't make any of this up, could you? I tell you.
Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. We're deep diving revenge, so be sure to check back for those videos. Those are my most fun things that I record. I love it so much. I'm really enjoying the deep dive. Check out my merch. I now have Hank and Skank stuff up. I'll put the link in the comments, and check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I'm about to start doing extra Harry and Meghan stuff content over there, so check that out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.